My name is Saffy Sprocket, and this is Barcelona. Whereas this is a monastery, located on top of a giant rock near Barcelona. Thousands of tourists visit the site every year, often by bus or by cable car, and the crazier ones even hike up to the top. However, my goal was to get from base to the monastery using only the TET trail. Except I'm not very good at off-roading. I also have no sense of direction. But what I lack in skill and experience, I make up for in willpower and determination, and sometimes a little bit of luck.
This one was completely my fault.
So, plan of action for today is, first we are going to go to the car wash. Did I remember my purse? 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 Yes, okay. All good. All good. Right. Where was I? Oh yes, we're going to a car wash. The bike is pretty annoyed at me right now. He needs a bit of TLC. I also need to find an adjustable wrench. Joy!
Yesterday I got caught out by a storm on the side of the mountain, and my bike decided that that particular moment was the perfect time to take a nap. And so here I was, wandering around the towns, looking to test the waterways with my dried out sludge. However, finding a car wash that worked, well, that was a game in itself.
The weather smells a lot better today. My gloves are still a little soggy. I can live with that. We're just going to try and find a car wash en route to the TET. Go. Why is this guy so hesitant?
After an hour of wrong turns, faulty car washes and closed garages, which made me regret not washing my bike the night before, I inevitably found a functioning car wash. But, in true Sprocket fashion, it came with a little slice of drama. Whilst I had indeed remembered to bring my purse with me,
Yes, okay. All good. All good.
I had no coins in it. I also didn't speak Spanish. The cashier also didn't speak English. And whilst the four locals sat outside having a coffee were exceptionally eager to help in some way, they also didn't speak English. After performing an interpretive dance to the cashier in hopes that they'd understand me, it turns out that cashback just isn't a thing in Spain. And apparently neither is petrol station ATM machines. Just as I was about to leave the station, a couple started chasing after me. I did wonder if they're going to try and mug me at first, you know, because of all the coins I was carrying, but it turns out they were just really nice people and wanted to pay for the car wash for me. And so after 20 attempts of me saying gracias, 2 fist bumps and a much needed bike clean, I was finally ready to hit the trail just after lunch.
The generosity I have experienced in the week and a half that I have been in this country is literally unparalleled.
Back to the challenge at hand, the next step was somehow to make my way onto the TET trail. However, one of the biggest pains about the TET trail is that it's great if you never plan to leave it. However, finding openings to get on and off require a little bit of luck. You effectively need to ride towards the route and scout for possible junctions to get on and off the TET trail. Of course, this doesn't always end well, and sometimes you end up near the TET, but in completely the wrong place.
Taking me a while to get used to it. Oh, so I've managed to put the... Am I going the right way?
After riding around the back lanes for several hours, I still hadn't managed to get onto the TET. The one road that had appeared to be the correct way had been purposely destroyed, and I suspect that it was to stop bikers from riding past someone's home. Between the morning drama and my terrible sense of direction, I decided to head back to base, research a new way onto the route, and then get up earlier the next day.
Today should hopefully be a nice, gentle day after the other one. I'm hoping. Nothing is certain. about the TET. So fortunately, it's supposed to be sunny for the rest of the week. Thank God.
By mid-morning, I'd fully embraced the madness, and I was bouncing over rocks, ducking through a couple of bushes here and there, and even splashing through the odd puddle, which may or may not have been part of the trail. However, my GPS was no help, and honestly, neither was I. I didn't really care at this point. This was adventure, and this was freedom. And this was me somehow getting further away from the monastery as the hours went by. At one point I climbed a hill with an amazing view and I just had to stop. And I looked out over the land and there it was, the monastery. Just a tiny dot on the horizon.
Okay, so this is where I am starting the journey today. We are on top of a wind farm. It is incredibly sunny. It is so much better than it was the other day. And oh, we've come the wrong way. I'm also going to adjust my kidney belt while I'm at it. I think we're going this way. Concentrate real hard.
How had I managed to end up even further away? I checked my map again, which now looked like a toddler had scribbled all over it. The TET trail around this part tended to be hit and miss, and I kept finding the misses. The rest of the day was more or less the same, a few fun sections of trails followed by dead ends, locked gates and what I'm pretty sure was somebody's backyard. I pushed on though, even though my bike and my body were starting to complain, but by the time the sun was starting to go down, I found myself back on the familiar road. The same one that had led me into town that morning. I had to laugh, partly out of disbelief and partly because, well, what else could I do by this point? And that's where it hit me. I had in fact been following the TET trail in the wrong direction.
Good morning, Sprocketeers! Today we are jumping back on the nice easy TET trail and we are heading to the monastery. Exciting, exciting. So we've got about 2 hours on the TET trail and then we should be climbing a mountain. Now I have set a fun route home as well, depending on my energy levels. I don't know which way I'm going. Okay, we are officially on course. So we're going to follow this road a little bit. And hopefully it should start taking us off the beaten track a little. It's like the first on-road riding I've really done, other than like getting back to base, you know. Right, let's try and undo this madness I did. Oh, that's better. We go. Oh, just as I put my coat on, I'm going to want to take it off again. Righty-ho. Onwards and upwards we go. Oh. Okay, my jacket is too hot now. We're on the trail. It's just the roads are too cold and the trails are too hot.
spent the day out on the TET, and finally, third time lucky, it all seemed to go to plan. I eventually arrived at the monastery towards the end of the day, and I was so incredibly excited. I'd finally done it.
So a lot of people are laughing at me right now, probably because I'm walking around like a squeaky Terminator. Look at this. It's far too hot. I'm getting a lot of funny looks. I'm okay.
Because I'd arrived so late, I didn't really have much time to look around, and so after a quick slice of cake, a really nice coffee, and a little bit of a walk, I decided to head back for a good night's sleep. Or so I thought.
So I've just been woken up by a marching drum band. Don't really know what's going on. We're gonna go find out. I don't think I'm getting any sleep tonight. Oh dear, I've parked next to the practice area for a drum band for a carnival. They're really good though.
This one was completely my fault.